All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom to all the Achim in this truth and sincerity, the hopeful elect, and 144,000 and the 1/3. And I'm going to do a real quick lesson just going into this, which I was just watching the apostles. All right, I was watching their live stream. And Elder Apostle Tahar, he brought out, that the Mandarin or Chinese character, so-called, which you so-called Chinese people, you're really Moab, all right? In the Bible, you're known as the Moabites, okay? And you so-called Japanese, you're known as the Ammonites, all right? But Elder Apostle Tahar brought out this the so-called Chinese character or the Mandarin character for boat consists of, it's a combination of pictograms, which as you can see at the bottom, it says vessel, eight, and people, which when you put them together, it makes the character for boat in the ancient Mandarin, which, I was just watching the apostles. I'm not going to play the clip, but it was around this time. It was around 58 minutes, around there, But he brought that out, and, that kind of just, put the spirit on me to want to do a lesson on it. So Lord wanted to be edifying, all right? So that's the character, all right, which there's plenty of secular, history and artifacts that prove the validity and truth of the Bible, okay? Because the Bible is a true book, and it's the most powerful book, or rather collection of books on the planet Earth, all right? So, you see it here, all right? Noah's Ark, what I'm trying to say is Noah's Ark, the flood, that was a real historical event, that's recorded in the Bible, all right? But people don't respect the Bible when you bring it out. Oh, that's a fairy tale, oh, this and that. But then when these other cultures, when they have proof of a flood, because every major culture, every major nation, they had their own flood story, all right? Because all nations come out of Noah's three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, all right? Which the Moabites, you so-called Chinese people, you come from the line of Shem, all right? On down to Lot, which was which the Lord delivered Lot and his two daughters from the destruction of the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, the Lord delivered Lot and his two daughters, which that's how Moab and Ammon came to be a nation through Lot, which, like I said, is a descendant of Shem. So I got a little article here. Let me see. It says finding evidence of Noah's Ark, which, just another side note, they actually, scientists and archaeologists actually found Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat. They actually went underground in a cave, on the mountain, which when they took samples of the walls of the cave, Salaki, I don't have the video, so that's why I'm not showing it, but pretty much they took samples of the walls of the cave, and they found out that the walls were actually petrified wood. Okay, and I'm pretty sure they said that it was the same wood, gopher wood, that Yahweh, which that's the Most High God's name, Yahweh, and his only begotten son's name is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh, he commanded Noah to build the ark with gopher's wood, all right? But I'm not going to go too deep into that. But it says finding evidence of Noah's Ark in a single Chinese word. I'm going to skip down to the second paragraph. It says building an ark out of radicals. The character-based Chinese language goes back at least as far as 1250 BCE, as recorded on the bones and bronze artifacts. The squarish Chinese characters can become quite complex, made up of several radicals, simple individual words with individual meaning packed together to create a new word or character. Okay, which our language, the ancient Hebrew, or as we like to call it Lashawan Kodash, which means the holy tongue. Lashawan is tongue and Kodash is holy. You know, our language isn't too different from that Mandarin. It's pictographs. It's our language is made up of characters that within in and of themselves have meaning. Like each character has a meaning of it. So continuing on, it says one such example is the Chinese word for ship or large boat. This word is made up of three parts. And as you can see, I'm zooming in. It says eight, which that's the character for eight, and the person, that's the character for person, and then boat, that's the character for boat. Okay. Yeah, that's the character for boat, and then when you put them together, it means ship. Okay, so 8-person boat. How many people were on Noah's Ark? Okay, the ark was full of animals, but how many people were on the ark? It was only 8 people, And I'm going to get 2 scriptures that, touch on that just a little bit. All right. It says 8-person boat. It's remarkable. It's a remarkable parallel to the biblical story of the great ark that housed 8 persons. Perhaps like me, your first thought is wondering if it's simply a result from the influence of missionaries or some such over the last several centuries. It's not. This word has been found dating to at least as early as 700 BCE, which shows you, man, and the apostles been saying this for years. The apostles, the elders, every culture has its own flood story. All right, which lines up with. And when I say flood story, I mean the whole earth was flooded. That type of thing. And when I say story, I don't mean like story in the sense of like a fairy tale. I mean in a historical account. All right, but for lack of a better word, I'll just say story. Not implying. I'm not implying though that it's fake though. All right, don't get me misconstrued. But where was I at? It says then perhaps it's just coincidence. There's no coincidences. There's no coincidences with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, everything that happens was predestined to happen, and the Lord had it happen that way. It says that the ancient Chinese word for ship is a pastiche, if I'm saying that word correctly. Let me look that up real quick. I don't know what that is. Mixture, imitation. This is work of visual art. All right. Pastiche of words paralleling the story of the legendary ship, Noah's Ark. If so, the following Chinese story, traceable as far back as 3,000 years, has to likely be coincidence. To summarize, once there was a colossal flood that was so great it covered the mountains, killing all mankind and land-dwelling animals, save for the heroic individual named, I don't know why they spell it like that, but it's Noah, who built an ark that housed 8 worshippers. When the flood water finally receded, the ark landed on a mountain, and the 8 individuals on board proceeded to repopulate the earth. This is not a biblical accounting. This is an ancient Chinese account of catastrophic event and history, ancient history. One which can help explain the origin of the Chinese word like ship. All right, that's pretty much it on this. All right, that's pretty much it. I might put a link to this in the description. But I'm going to get 2 scriptures, and then I'll close out 1 Peter 3:20. All right. First Peter chapter 3 and verse 20. It says, which sometime were disobedient when once the long suffering of the Most High waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was a preparing, wherein few, that is 8 souls, were saved by water. All right, I'll read it in the NLT. It says, those who disobeyed the Most High long ago, when the Most High waited patiently while Noah was building his boat. Right, which it was in the span of 120 years, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, Noah, you know, and the apostles went into that. You know, Elder Apostle Gabar, he was backing up Elder Apostle Tahar, saying, you know, Noah, not only was he a carpenter, not only was he building the ark, he was also preaching that whole time. You know, he wasn't just building it, minding his own business. He was telling people that the flood was coming. And similarly, we're telling you people week in and week out that a flood is coming, but this time it's not a flood of water. This time we're talking about those troops, all right? Those UN troops, those Gurkha troops, you know, the foreign. We're telling you that these things are written in the Bible, all right? All hell is getting ready to break loose, okay? And not only that, we're also telling you of another flood, and you know that flood being a flood of fire. Okay, the lake of fire. And how is that going to come about? From those ICBMs, those hypersonic nuclear missiles. We're warning you people, just like Noah was warning you people, you know, mainly, you know, we're really warning the elect of the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the true children of Israel, the true biblical Israelites. All right, we're warning the elect of our people, but we're also telling you nations that your judgment is coming. You so-called white people, you Edomites, you're going into slavery, all right? Your judgment is coming. Your kingdom is going to be destroyed, and you're going to be slaves under the nation of Israel. We're telling you other nations are also going to be servants, all right? And that, you know, you're not up next. Because you got other nations like, hey, I was talking about Moab. They think they're up next. You so-called Chinese people, you're not up next, all right? You're going into slavery under the Israelites, all right? But continuing on, it says, Noah was building his boat. Only 8 people were saved from drowning in the terrible flood, or in that terrible flood. And this time, 144,000 men and 1/3 of men, women, and children are going to be saved this time. All right, but 2/3 of our people, you know, which is roughly 66.6% of all Israelites in the land of America, are going to be cut off and deleted off the face of the earth. All right. And you know, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's harsh, but it's the truth. You know, we're just telling you the truth. That's it, man. That's our job. We're just telling you the truth. No matter how harsh it is, we're just telling you. The Lord is about to do this. It says, like the back in KJV, like the figure whereunto even baptism doth also now save us, not the putting away of filth from the flesh, but the answer of a good conscience toward the Most High, right? Because we're being baptized right now, but it's not by water. You know, we're not physically dunking in the water, you know, and cleaning our flesh. We're doing it on a spiritual level. You know, having a clean conscience. You know, we're purifying our minds. You know, Psalms 119 and verse 9. It says, by the resurrection of Hamashiach Yahushai. That's how we're cleaning ourselves, you know, through his sacrifice and resurrection. You know, like it says in Revelation, you know, we made ourselves, the elect, Lord, when I'm a part of the elect, made themselves white. They made their garments white by washing them in the blood of the Lamb, you know, roughly paraphrasing, which the Lamb is Yahushai. So one last scripture, Matthew 24 and 37. Okay. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 37, it says, but as the days of Noe were, who's Noe? That's talking about Noah. As the days of Noe were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Like I said, we're doing just what Noah was doing. The only difference is, we haven't been doing it for over 100 years like how he did, and it's not going to be by water this time, and the Lord isn't going to deliver us in the form of an ark, but in the form of a spiritual ark, which is the chariot. Yahweh Shah is coming back, like it says in Revelation 1:7. He's coming with clouds. He's coming back in a chariot. This time it's going to be a spaceship. Last time, during the flood, that was a actual ship, a vessel. This time he's coming with a spaceship. It says, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. That's the same thing. These people just, carrying about, their lives as if nothing's happening, as if we're not warning you, of what's coming. And really, at this point, it's actually happening. What we've been warning you, beginning with our apostles on down, it's actually happening. World War III, the MOTB, all right? Famines, pestilences, it's all happening. And these people are still going about with their little vain lives, as if as if their world isn't ending. But that's all right, though. It's supposed to be like that. All right, continuing on. Verse 39, and knew not until the flood, but knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And that flood is going to take you people away. This time not of water, but of fire. Those nuclear missiles. So Lowland, this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Once again, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect.